every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.
Welcome to the Newcastle podcast with GSPN. It is Wildcard Wednesday. I'm Joe, and I've taken over Kevin because Kevin does all the Wildcard Wednesdays, so I have hijacked it. I've allowed him to stay on the pod though, just out of niceness. See if he can judge me on his Wildcard Wednesday standards. So whether I live up to it or whether I completely fail, we'll probably have Kevin back next week for Wildcard Wednesday. But today, it's me, and I've just given away the clue, obviously. First up, we are joined with Kev. You all right, Kev?
I'm very good. I don't know about any high standards. I might lose hosting Wildcard Wednesday after this one, so we'll see. We'll see, Joe.
We'll see indeed, I know, honestly. And another one who's a fair regular on the Wildcard Wednesdays is Mr. Iain McKay. How are you doing, Iain?
I'm here. He's there. We're everywhere. Iain and Kev. Iain and Kev.
Woo, woo.
Sorry. No spoilers. No spoilers.
Amazing.
I love it.
That's the greatest segue ever.
That absolutely is. Thanks, Iain, for absolutely teeing up how we're going to start this one. So I decided to start Wildcard Wednesday on something that I've wanted to talk about for a while. The terrace songs. So basically songs that we hear at the match, whether it's home, probably majority away because we know our wonderful away fans are non-stop singing throughout. But we have heard some absolute corkers over the years at St James's Park as well. And I am still very favourable of some of them that are still here now. So basically, the three of us are going to run through the ones that we love and ones that we might hate. So what I'll do is, I know that the boys usually come to me first, being ladies first, but I'm going to flip reverse it because I'm in charge today. So we're going to go in age order. So first up, Iain, have you got any songs that you absolutely love? We'll do the loves first.
Right.
What are your favourite terrace songs, basically, in town?
My very favoritist, the one that makes the hairs on the back of my neck stand up and that I can't resist singing, is, of course, Jordy's, but sung to Hey Jude. I'm not going to sing it here because you need 52,000 to get the right sound. But I just absolutely I love that. I love that. Because a few of the teams try to do it, but it's just not the same, is it? It's not the same.
Yeah. I have noticed a lot of teams latching onto that one, to be fair, but it is brilliant. I think there's nothing better when the whole stadium joins in on that one, I've got to be honest. So
I wonder who did it first.
This is always something I wonder about a lot of songs, by the way.
Football-wise.
Iain wins. But yeah, I wonder that about a lot of songs because I sometimes think we've made them up and then find out they haven't, or then I'll hear a different team sing it and like someone will be like, well, they didn't start it. So you never know, do you really? I suppose everyone could want to claim a certain song, but yeah, there's a lot of people use that one. You got any other ones, Iain? Or?
Well, one that is definitely is ours, which also when it's been sung, is the Bladen Races.
My number one.
Bladen Races.
Yeah.
Absolutely wonderful song. And I've heard other teams kind of adapt that tune and sing different words to it, but come on.
Nah,
leave us something special, please.
That's why it's my favourite, because it is so unique. And what is really funny is obviously when you hear other teams chant, you can obviously kind of make out what they're about and who they're about and why it's there, the history, like Glory, Glory, Man United. I have no idea why it's Glory, Glory, Tottenham Hotspur, because glory.
They've got no glory.
Go together. Weird. I don't understand that one. But the Bladen Races is ours. And what makes it even better for me is when people hear it, they have zero idea what it's about. They haven't got a clue what we're saying, Gannon, all that stuff. For like, I don't even know what that is. I'm going to leave that alone. And I love it for that reason. So I think Bladen Races was my number one. So yeah. Great shout, Iain.
Excellent. It's on my list.
Surely
any Jordy would put that on their list.
Absolutely.
Don't be daft. No, it's fine. I bet we've probably got a few the same. But I think surely any Jordy would actually have Bladen Races on their list if they had a list of loved songs. My absolute favourite kind of flips onto what you've just said, Kev, being a song about us and purely about us, is what I would refer to as the corner song. This club is our club, made out of two clubs to form United. I absolutely love that song, and what I absolutely hate is the fact that we don't sing it enough around the stadium. It's sang all the time in the away matches. It's sang all the way all the time in the Gal Get Strawberry Corner, but it's not sang enough around the stadium. I just love it.
Is it
really
accurate
do.
though? I know we
We've had
originally
this
thought
conversation about this song before because I've
we
told
came
you,
from two
my loves.
clubs, but then there was a historian
I know,
who
but
looked
you're
into
being
the
too
club.
technical now.
I
Don't
know,
get
but
technical.
I'm
Don't
just
ruin
saying.
it.
I'm just saying there was a historian when he looked into the club.
I know.
Believed that actually it was it West End or East End? I can't remember who.
I know.
Actually folded them but didn't join together because of a hatred between the clubs. So a
They
historian
didn't.
looked into
You're
it, and
correct.
apparently it's not accurate anymore. But I don't know how.
It's not. But
I don't know how real.
come on, it's also
is.
our song, is what I mean, and it's
Let's be
about
honest.
us being united, is what I mean. Like, it's just a great song.
There was
So
only
forgetting about the little bit about the
Yeah.
two clubs bit, then if
Let's
you want
be
to do
honest.
that.
there was only
We're
Ian
talking-
around. There was only Ian around back then, so Ian can settle this in
Yeah.
terms of.
Thanks, Kev. What I was going to say, even I can't remember that. But what I was going to say was, let's be honest. When you're making up your football songs, I mean, we chanted how wonderful we were all the way through Steve Bruce's reign as well.
Yeah.
Factual accuracy is not the
No,
major priority
what I mean.
Good point.
in
Don't
choosing
ruin the
the
song
lyrics to your
conversation.
football songs.
Speaking of factual accuracy, can I give one of my most individual, like for a player songs?
Go on then.
It's very factually accurate. Is the Colaccini song? I think that's one of my favourite songs.
Well, there we go. That's a good one. It's very factually accurate, is it?
Very factually accurate. I love him. I love him
I mean,
a lot.
he did have curly hair. You're right.
He did have curly hair. And I want curly hair too, so it's very factual.
Apparently, everyone does.
But it's
But
quite,
I don't know why.
it's
I
quite
love what we
fortunate
still
you weren't
do.
married back then, though, Kev, was it not?
I'm not married now. I love what we still sing it. I love that we still sing
It is great, isn't it?
More on away games. You hear it on away games.
Yeah.
I also, to add to that one, another one I really like, and it's kind of the last of the ones I like. Whenever there's a player who comes to St James's Park who has curly hair, he gets for you just a something Colaccini. I just love that. I don't care who it is.
It's brilliant.
David Luiz. Then it was that. Is it Fass or Face or whatever you call him from Leicester?
Cucurella, whatever he's called.
Yeah, Cucurella got it as well. So anybody with curly hair just gets that, and it just makes me really happy. So,
rightly so.
You're just a pound shop. You're just a pound shop Colaccini.
That's what we should sing. That's the PC version. You're right.
Yep.
I'll be honest. One of our simple ones that we sing now, right, that I absolutely love, is the Eddie Howe, Jason Tindall one. And I know that's all it is, but how many like fan groups actually sing any songs just directly about not just their manager? Because some people do sing about their manager, but nobody sings about their assistant manager, man. And we've managed to do a daft little song about the manager and Jason Tindall.
I've got a brand new one, which this is really funny. Right? I didn't create this, by the way, and I'm not claiming any credit for it. But literally, the first time I heard it, I was sat with my brother. I can't remember what home game it was. He came off the bench, and it was when Arsenal did it for Saliba. Asula. That is unbelievably.
Ian loves that one, don't you, Ian?
That is amazing.
Well, I think I was there.
You were standing with us in the corner, remember?
AFC Wimbledon Carabao Cup match when he came on for the first time.
First time I heard it.
And,
20 minutes was sang it in the corner.
So yeah, somebody thought of it and everyone laughed. I still don't think they've actually got the tune right, though. They haven't got the tune
come on. The problem is it's drunk people at a match. So you're clutching at straws again. So not only are we kind of disputing the kind of legitimacy, really, of the words in a song, but we're also, don't worry about timing. These people are not singers at the end of the day.
What I like, and I've thought of two that are fairly recently formed. I mean, in the last 10 years, but they go back to 80s hits. So the Biggie song, right, is a Casey and the Sunshine Band hit from 1981. Or I think it was 81, early 80s anyway. How did the rest of the crowd know that? They're not all as old as me, surely. The other one was
straightforward. I don't think it's a complicated one, is it?
I loved the way they got Gold by Spandau Ballet and converted that into a song for Carl Darlow.
Yeah,
that was
that was clever. That was really.
There's been some classics, hasn't there? Very random classics.
I still think there's something to be done with Abracadabra, another old tune which Ian will know and somehow I know. which there's something around Abracadabra, which could be, is it the Steve Miller Band? That could definitely be a Dubravka. It's something to do with Dubravka. I don't know how, but I'm amazed that hasn't happened.
He doesn't play that often anyway, so maybe that's why we're not.
When he did play, that definitely should have happened.
Oh,
that's another one I was like talking about. When my brother was like, "What about one for Asula?" And I was like, "Asula," and then it happened, and I was like, "Woo!"
Yeah, I love it. See, I think this is a great subject. So I think we could probably talk the whole pod about this, but we're not going to because, as I told you before, we've got a mega quiz coming up, which is going to take up a lot of time. I can tell.
I put one in I don't like?
Yeah, I was going to say, can we all get just one that we don't like, and then we're going to cut to the first ad.
I really dislike Who's That Team We Call United.
I know you do.
Like strongly dislike
We've had this before.
Like strongly dislike it.
We didn't ask them from Man U.
The bit I hate about it is they had nothing better. It was we know how to fight or something.
And we all know how to fight, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, why is that becoming our identity? Because it's not. So I really dislike.
Yeah.
I just can't stand that chant. It does my head in.
And I think it was a Man U. You know, when you talk about where did things stem from, I'm sure didn't Man U start that one. Again, we don't know, but I thought it was. It's definitely not us.
The more modern Man U one is.
I was going to say Kev again.
The more modern Man U one is not. We all know how to fight. They've changed the word, so we all know how to cater.
What? Oh my god! Right, Ian's gone somewhere, so I'll tell you what mine is until he comes back. You know which one I actually really hate because Sandro's got 2 songs, and I love Sandro Ole Ole Ole. However, I hate and I refuse to sing the one where he talks about hating Sunderland, loving spaghetti, drinking Moretti, and he hates Sunderland.
Have you seen,
oh no, it's a lot of crap, man.
Do you know when we played Milan in the Champions League? Have you seen the video where they get the AC Milan fans to sing it?
Do they?
In like an Italian, like drinky moretti, eaty spaghetti. I was like, this is amazing.
That's funny.
Honestly, you need to watch the AC Milan fans singing.
But no, in general, I don't like singing about the Mackems when it's like when we're A, not playing them, B, it's irrelevant, or if we're not just directly calling them, but to simply say that some guy from Italy who doesn't even know where Sunderland is hates Sunderland, I've got an issue with it. I know it's just my thing, but honestly, I don't like it.
Please promise us after this episode.
I will. I'll Google
AC Milan fans singing with the Newcastle fans on the street before the Milan game. They can't pronounce half of the words other than Moretti and spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
I have no idea what Sunderland is. We're just like, you hate Milan.
Love it. I'll Google it, I promise. Right, I'll tell you what then. We're going to cut because, like I say, I've got a dead long quiz that I'm going to drive you nuts with, but I hope whoever's listening will have fun playing along. It's going to be in the style of Jeopardy, but I'll talk about that in a second. But first of all, Ian, can you give me the first ad, please?
I certainly can. Do you have a story to tell that the world needs to hear? Have you struggled with reaching the audiences who are engaged with your story? It might be time for you to start a podcast. Let me tell you about a platform we use here at Global Sports Podcast Network. Zencastr makes it easy to start a high-quality podcast built for growth from day one. With 4K video recording from your phone and AI editing that automatically removes ums, ahs, you knows, and 22 other speech patterns, Zencastr makes it super easy to start a podcast that sounds great. Ready to tell your story? Check out the link in the show description to learn more about Zencastr.
Fabulous. Thank you very much, Ian. Right, so as I say, the quiz now is going to take up the whole rest of the pod. We will have a little break in the middle, obviously, to do the last ad. But in general, I've got a load of questions for you. We're going to go in the style of Jeopardy. For those who might not know, who may be listening and want to play along, Jeopardy's where, and also Kev, who it's pretty straightforward, really.
I'm too young.
I'm going to stop the age thing. I'm going to give the answer, and you're going to give me the question to the answer in a question style. And I gave them an example of what I mean by that. So if I said the famous number 9, someone would reply, who is Alan Shearer? Yeah?
Right.
Kind of that type of concept, okay? So you'll understand in a second as I start reading through them. Like I say, I read some out with my dad. He got the concept straight away. So please, my dad loves it. If he can get it, you guys can get it. We're good. Come on. Surely. Yeah? Kev, cheer up, dude. I can see your face.
It's like an away game because I have no idea what Jeopardy is, but I think I understand. But it's all right.
You're just answering questions technically. It's just like a little way, the way you're going to answer it. That's all. So first of all, first question.
Right.
If I said to you, the opposition in the 1999 Cup final
Is Man United.
who is Man United? One to Kev. Yeah?
Who is Man
That's
United?
an answer.
Sorry, I'll give you it.
Sorry.
What's that, Ian? It's the way he says it. It's fine. That's what I mean. You've got to try and answer it.
That's completely not what you said.
Don't stop. Right, the next one then.
Your question.
It's really hard.
Your
question
should have been who were Man United, and they would have said.
But then, how many answers could you give to that?
Well,
if
that's
I
right.
literally said to you, "Who are Man United?" What would you say?
Well, 1999
we wouldn't. We don't have to
give. You would not have said that. You liar. You'd not have said that.
We don't.
But the point I'm trying to make is
we don't have to give answers, Joe. We don't have to give answers.
Right, just answer my damn questions whichever way you want.
We have to give questions. We have to give questions.
Right,
who plays it?
Answer it. Right, in that case, it's partial Jeopardy, right? We're going to play partial Jeopardy because you're being awkward now. Right, next one is...
I don't know what's going on.
Wow. Right. Ozzy Ardiles preceded this manager. Preceded.
Who preceded Kevin Keegan? Who? I don't know.
It's fine. Kevin Keegan. Just say Kevin Keegan. You're fine. Yeah. We're doing partial Jeopardy because we're losing the plot already. It's fine.
Haven't heard a question yet. Anyway, go on.
Signed from Charlton in October 1992.
Who is Robert Lee?
Come on, Ian. There we go. You see, I told you I put some older ones in for you.
Well done, Ian.
If I simply say to you, 52,387.
The attendance of what is the capacity of St James's Park?
There we go. See? Some of them are kind of questions, right?
I'm getting better.
There we go. Right. If I just simply say to you, the Magpies.
Newcastle United nickname?
What is the nickname of Newcastle United?
There we go. Cool. 3-2,
Kev.
Slow down, think, go. Mm-hmm. If I just simply said to you 1955.
When was the last time Newcastle won the FA Cup final?
That's it.
I don't remember that.
See, we're getting in a roll now. This one's kind of again dodgy, but you just answer it in a question format. Squad number 67.
Lewis. No, what is? I don't know how to change.
Who is Lewis? You just say it. You're fine.
What is Lewis Miley's squad number? I don't know. 67.
Oh, who is that right? I'll take either of that. So you're fine. Don't worry. 4-3. This one's going to be tough. So if you guys get this, I'm going to be well impressed. But I was just kind of making up all sorts of weird questions at this point. So if I simply said to you, Lincoln City in a friendly game.
When was Malcolm McDonald's debut?
No, but that would be a really good one. But it is a bit older, so yeah, it hasn't happened in like 10 years.
City in a friendly game.
So if I said to you, so obviously something happened to Lincoln City in a friendly game.
It's when did somebody...
Lincoln City in a friendly game.
When did Mick Harford score his first goal for Newcastle?
No, but you're going along the right lines there with the first goal. I'll give you a clue.
When did
Kevin Keegan score
the highest ever win?
No, it was the first goal. I'll give you that much. You're halfway there.
So it's whoever scored in a friendly against Lincoln.
It was their first goal. Pretty famous player, by the way. I haven't just picked a random player.
Alan Shearer's first goal. Alan Shearer's first goal.
Alan Shearer's first goal for our club was against Lincoln City in a friendly, yeah. So I believe that's 4-4 unless I've counted wrong. Right, well, the next one...
Are you trying to count these?
I'm trying.
I probably shouldn't have scored any because I haven't really been using questions. I don't know why I struggled.
Don't worry. This is why I'm kind of just giving it to you, because some of them are a bit dodgily worded, let's say. Right. Nickname of Keegan's 95-96 team.
Who were the
entertainers?
I'm happy to do it Ian, but I know what Kev's doing. You like stuttering your way into each answer, aren't you?
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
Do you know what?
Just shout out the answers from now because you're struggling.
Just so people don't think what is Kev on, right? The 67 Lewis Miley one. I thought if the answer is 67, I should say what is Lewis Miley's shirt number. Yes. I think you said the number 67. So I really struggle to put it. I don't know if it's just...
It's fine. I gave you that one anyway, so don't worry about it. Yeah. I know you are saying Lewis Miley, so you've got it. Right, so 5-4, Ian.
Yeah.
We'll do
I'll
one
try to put that one in the question.
5-4, and then we're going to do one more, and we're going to break for another ad, and then I'm going to try and get
5-4
another 10 out
Ian.
of you.
5-4 Ian, is that
5-4 Ian.
what is the
It
current
is.
score in the quiz on the Daily Newcastle pod?
There we go.
6-4,
Unacceptable.
Kev.
You just want bonus points now.
I got the entertainers, and I tried to put it in a question.
Go on.
Right,
Shouldn't
one
interrupt.
more. Scored 206 goals in 405 appearances.
How many goals did Alan Shearer score? Alan Shearer.
I'll give you that, but it's supposed to say who is Alan Shearer. What is Alan? Yeah. But yeah, 5-5. Nice way to lay it on, actually, because we'll we'll do the ad. He's a level, and I'm going to give you another 10. But I might have to bring a tiebreaker in if this is happening, because he's like literally bang on each other
Ian,
here.
we've
So
got to keep it. We've got to keep it 10-10 to
Good
see
game.
how prepared Joe is.
Good game, I know. A good game. Right. Who's doing it? Kev, please, can I have the second sponsor?
This podcast is part of the Global Sports Podcast Network, the only network bringing you exclusive daily news and views on your Premier League team, the Premier League, women's football and fantasy football. A unique listening experience that puts fans first, bringing you the very latest breaking news from your team. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and make this your first listen every day. Global Sports Podcast Network, every club, every day.
Fabulous. Right. So yeah, try and answer them in the format of a question, but honestly, I'm not going to put you down if not. So if you know the answer, just say it. Just try and word it weirdly. It's the best thing. So, right, bit of a weird one and random one. The company to replace the Brown Ale sponsor in 2000.
NTL?
Who are Northern Rock?
No, so you worded it nicely, Ian, but Kev was right. So I'll have to give Kev the point. It was NTL. Followed by Northern Rock, by the way. So yeah, they were next. Cool. Right. So what is it? 6-5.
Yep.
Right. The keeper who made 463 appearances.
Who is Shea Given?
That's it. 7-5. Kev's starting to pull away. This one's going to throw you a bit, because I actually didn't know the answer to this. As much as we absolutely adore this tune at the match, to give you a bit of a hint, and it's something that gets your hairs on your back of your neck sticking up every time, or it certainly does with me.
Mm-hmm.
The theme song of the local hero. What is the actual name of it? I thought it was Local Hero.
It's not Local Hero.
No, I've learned something today.
Is it Comfort and Joy?
It's not. Because I heard it played out beautifully by an orchestra as a result of learning this information. Go for it, Kev.
Home?
It is Going Home, you're right.
Oh, I don't know if that was an question.
It's fine, because to be fair, I'm just glad you've answered it. No? Cool. So yeah, I didn't know. And I listened, as I say, this beautiful orchestra play the tune, and it was amazing. So yeah. What were we on? 8-5. Uh-oh. Ian, book up your ideas.
Well, if I can just shout the answers out, then I'll have a go.
Just shout them out. We'll play that game now, because obviously we're having issues. Right. So the next one is our only ever Premier League manager of the season.
Got to be Keegan.
Premier League manager of the season.
Who's the only manager to ever win
Alan
Premier League
Pardew?
Yeah, I was going to go Pardew after us.
Bonus point time,
fifth.
Ian. Do you know what year that happened in?
Oh, Alan Pardew. What year did you
Can I answer if he doesn't get it?
If you don't, I'll let Ian have one guess, otherwise Kevin gets to have it.
2012.
He gets it.
Bugger.
Right. So he's pulled it back. It's 8-7. Right. So now I'll jump to...
I haven't pulled anything back, by the way. My hands are just here.
Wow. I mean, we'll manage to get a good 24 minutes in before that happens. So, right. Signed from Parma in 1996.
Tino Asprey. Who is Tino Asprey?
Sure. 9-7. Right. The Toon's first foreign manager.
Who is Ozzy Ardiles?
Set. 10-7. And name the player who plays for us. It's obviously a fictional one. In the movie Goal. What's his name?
Who is Santiago Munoz?
Set. 11-7. I mean, I'm not entirely sure whether Ian's just given up now because he's now looking away from the computer entirely.
I've got a bit of a crisis going on. I've just been asked by my ex, do you know where your son is, Ian? I do. So I don't know what's going on.
Let's discuss that in 5 minutes when the pod
go on.
ends. I love a bit of drama in the middle of the pod.
I know.
Where I'd be.
Probably been arrested or something.
Oh.
As long as he's still breathing, that's fine.
Wildcard Wednesday.
We'll find out the answer to this, people. We're going to find out next week. Stay tuned. Right, just a couple more in that case, because you have got a chance to pull it back, but you're going to have to get them all right at this point, Ian.
I'm 11.
Right. Scorer of the Toons' first Premier League hat-trick.
Who is Michael Owen?
Neither of you are right. Keep going.
Who is Alan Shearer?
Perez.
No.
Who is Les Ferdinand?
Who is Mick Quinn?
I love him. It's one of my all-time, if not my all-time favourite Newcastle player, if you
Ferdinand?
remember.
Who is Les Ferdinand?
No. I love Les, don't get us wrong. But who did I say on literally just the pod last week? It's probably my all-time favourite Newcastle player. You were on it, Kev.
Who is David Ginola?
No.
Laurent Robert?
No.
Nah, he never scored a hat-trick.
Older. Think early Premier League, I'll give you that hint.
I said Andy Cole.
Peter Beardsley.
There we go.
Oh, God,
there we go, Beardo. Right. 11-8, I think. Right, this one I think you'll get quickly. He left the Toon in 1997 for the Mackhams and came back in 2006.
Who is Lee Clark?
That's it.
Good. I had Lee Clark. Hadn't formed a question.
This one, again, I think is both should get very quickly, so you can just shout out the name if you want. Scored 34 goals in 42 games.
Andy Cole.
That's it. Yeah. And I think I only had one more.
Was Andy Cole's not better than that? Was it not like... I talk about just league games. I don't know. Just league games there.
I thought he scored...
It was a stat I found.
Like, someone like...
Well, he can't have scored any more than 48 because that's Callum Wilson and he's second ever.
Yeah, but he wasn't all in the Premier League, was he? He was in the first division.
But he never scored more goals than games. I know he was great, but you've got to remember he wasn't with us forever. I know he never scored more goals than games.
I know it was
so
close.
34 and 42.
Close to having a similar amount of goals than he was. Or he was close to the same amount of goals as he was games, if that makes sense.
Well, that's 34-42 is kind of that, isn't it?
I think like 68 and 82. I'm sure it's 68 and 82.
Yeah, I'm not talking. I was talking like one season, obviously. I just pulled that as a question.
In one season. Sorry.
34 goals in 42 games. It was actually a question that I found when I was just Googling trying to find different questions at this point, because I was obviously getting that many that, and I just came across that one and I thought it'd be good. To be fair, we'll wrap it up with that because we don't need a tiebreaker because Kevin's won.
What was the tiebreaker anyway? What was it?
Well done, Kevin.
I've lost it. I've got too many questions. I was trying to scroll up as I was chatting to you there. I've lost it in my list of questions.
I
don't know. I'll ask it if I come across
I've got a good one.
Anyway,
Who was Newcastle United's first ever manager?
Oh, I was going to put that one in. No, it was... Is he called Frank or is he called...
Frank. Yeah, Frank's his first name.
Yeah, I know. I was going to put that in the quiz. What? That's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one nearly went in as well. There was so many I could have put in, let's get real. But yeah, that was canny.
It was good.
Even though
I'm
it was
too
a bit messy, but it was
Jeopardy
canny.
thing. But yeah.
To be fair,
I think I've improved on losing 7-1 the last time I was in a quiz with Kev, though.
It was a good result for you, that one. I'll give you that one, Ian.
Excellent.
No, it was fun. I enjoyed that, boys. But that'll just wrap it up nicely for us, to be fair. So we've talked songs. We've done a bit of a mad quiz. I think I've done all right, but I will allow Kev to take over the Wildcard Wednesday mantle again next week. So anyone that wishes to have Kev as Wildcard Wednesday, yous have got him back. However, I did enjoy doing it, and it's always a pleasure doing a pod with you two guys anyway. So, on that note, yes, Ian, you're smiling. Do you want to say something?
I'm just basking in the lovely words of praise. That's all.
No, I am. I'm being genuine. I am. Right. But it's been a pleasure. I'm not entirely sure who's on next. However, we will have another pod out tomorrow. Just being nice and straightforward and ultra professional, as I always am. But it's been great, guys, and I'll see you later.
Toodle pip.
Every club, every day. The Global Sports Podcast Network.